There is a song you like singing. I apologize to God. I hope I remember that song. There's this new song that has come and has connected to an old song. Yeah. I have decided.
May the Lord give you understanding.
Cheap things are mishandled. What's the purpose of everything Satan throws at you? At the end, what is he looking for? Service. He's looking for people to do what? To serve him. Ask your neighbor, will you? Look at the eyes, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Asipo kuangalia kuna shida. Muangalie deep kwa macho. Ask your neighbor, will you? It's okay to cry. Make sure after the tears, don't serve him. It's okay to mourn. Make sure after the mourn, don't serve him. Don't serve him. If your neighbor can't look at you deep in the eyes, they are serving him. Okay, let's do a math test. You will notice 5 seconds can pass. Look at your neighbor. Deep, usio shoulder, wewe. At his shoulder. Look at your neighbor in the eye. By the way, why is it so hard to look at people deep in the eye? Like, why can't we focus? Look at your neighbor in the eye, deeply. 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 Ask your neighbor, what is it? What don't you want me to know? What is it? Only you know. But tell your neighbor, be encouraged. Today is the day of deliverance. You will be delivered. So the end of everything, Satan wants you to serve him. Verse 10. Quickly. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man. Again, he's repeating. Give me a man that we may fight together. Are you the one, or should we wait for another? Concerning the family, give me a man. There is a battle. Give me a man. The burden is heavy because you are not fighting for yourself. If you come out, a whole lineage comes out. This thing is like a blockchain where the transaction successfully takes place. It shows in every other transaction there. Only those people can understand that. So if God successfully has you, you will know why Satan fought you. Because you successfully has everyone. Verse 11. I want the kings to hear. Saul, kings, hear. And the nation of Kenya, hear. Africa, hear. When Saul and all Israel heard these words of the Philistines, they were dismayed and get greatly. Why are you afraid? Next verse. I don't want to say much about that. Now David was the son of, notice what Goliath was seeking for. Give me, uko nyuma, give me, Pashinda hapo na sympathy. Sympathy. Sympathy is a spirit. And it has taken many people to the grave. Sympathy. I don't like sympathy. Why are you sorry for me? I can be sorry for myself. Jesus told the man, cry for yourself, don't cry for me. Now David was the son of that, of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse. and who had 8 sons, and the man was old and advanced in the days of Saul. Keep going. Write this prophecy down if you can. Then the 3 oldest sons of Jesse, that means firstborn, secondborn, and thirdborn, had gone to follow Saul to the battle. You know very well you don't have what it takes to win, but you still go. You didn't plan to win. The name of the 3 sons who went to the battle were Eliab. The firstborn next to him was Abinadab, and the third one was Shammah. Verse 14 quickly. David was the youngest. There is a reason why the Bible tells you he was the youngest. And 3 oldest followed Saul. David was the youngest, and the 3 oldest followed Saul. Keep going. But David occasionally went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. Occasionally. Keep going. And the Philistines drew nigh and presented himself 40 days. Do you remember how many years Jesus fasted? How many days Jesus fasted? How many? These things are spiritual. That's why when we begin the year, we push for a 40-day fast. Hapo ndio unaanza kuniambia mimi sio pastor wako. You remember when Moses downloaded the commandments? How many days did he stay up? So it means if you want to download heavy things from heaven, take a 40-day fast. This is where things like safe haven come. You know, some of you don't know. You don't see the lifestyle and just see, what is this man doing? He doesn't have connection. He doesn't have... We found some things that shift. If you do this type of fast, they don't just register as lacking meal. They register as self-denial. And God works stronger with men that can deny themselves for a long period. And that's why during the fast unakula waru. It's 10 a.m. and you're saying God understands, taking porridge. Elijah did that fast. Jesus did that fast. You see, there are people presenting themselves here 40 days. They know what they are doing. Because once you do that for that period of time, it becomes like a law. It becomes a principle in the spirit. And it's very hard to break it. He presented himself 40 days, morning and evening. Verse 17. Please read it. Then Jesse said to his son David, take now for your brothers and of the dried grain and these 10 loaves and run to your brothers at the camp. So what did the father see David as? Chef. Errand boy. Not chef, errand boy. Mtutu wa mko, kada ya mox. Kada ya moko. A guy that I just sent. Keep going. And carry these 10 cheeses to the captain of their thousands, and see how your brothers fare, and bring back news to me. Keep going. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. Keep going. So David rose early in the morning, left the sheep with the keeper. There has to be a time in your life you must leave what only affects you for what will affect nations. It's no longer about you. And you must discern those seasons where you prosper for you and the season where you prosper for God's glory. And as much as David has a good job, he's keeping sheep, it was no longer time for sheep. Now you will understand that there are seasons in your life where the season will reject you, but it will look as if you are going backwards. You're not going backwards. God can make you fired. because the season to tend sheep is over. Can you tell your neighbor, discern the moment? You know, Kenya, we're in a season whereby there is a lot of noise. People are now becoming kingpin, pin of the king. So many things, noise. Let me tell you, in the middle of the noise, forget the noise. There is nowhere all those people are going. Guarantee you, we will stand here in 2027. There is nowhere they are going. The noise. You know, Satan likes shouting so that in the shout you can be confused. Noise. God's voice is still. It can even be very faint. But when he speaks, all heaven glories with him. Everything in heaven journeys with that word that he has spoken. David rose early in the morning and left the sheep and took his things and went to see as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the camp as the army was going out to fight and shouting for the battle. Keep going. For Israel and the Philistines had drawn up in battle array, an army against army. Keep going. And David left his supplies in the hand of the supplier keeper. There are things you must leave in this season. If you are going to fight for God, you are too heavy. Forgive. Become light so that it's easier to swing. But you are too heavy. And came up and greeted his brothers. Keep going, verse 23. Quickly. Then as he talked with them, there was the champion. Notice even the word they gave him. They forgot calling him Goliath. It means he had won so much that he has been given the rank of a champion. Satan has champions. There are people that frontier his will, and they are here. How can a champion from the camp of darkness come to a champion in the camp of light, and then they are doing a gospel song together? That you are collaborating. How is that possible? By what spirit do you sing the songs you sing? What spirit? That a champion can come from the wicked world singing ladies and panties, and then you come from lifting holy hands, and then you come together, enter the studio, and you champion a sound. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. I speak that in parables. Few will understand what I've really said. And then he talked to them saying, there was the champion, the Philistines of Gath, Goliath by name, coming up from the armies of the Philistines, and he spoke according to the same words. So David, do you remember what Goliath, you know, the prayer of Goliath was answered. I like when Satan challenges me. It's not me that was challenged. David was not the one to challenge them. Goliath is the one that was saying, is there not a man? Ooh, Jehovah presented a man. Now, this is the problem. The man, always the man that Jehovah will present, does not look like the man of the day. I'm going to speak in parables to you. The man Jehovah will present in the nation of Kenya will not look like the man. In fact, in parables I speak to you, he comes from tending sheep. But he is willing to challenge the words of Goliath. Jehovah will raise that man. Who can change the economy? Who can change the nations? There is a man Jehovah has kept in the dungeons for such a time as this. There is a man. Concerning Kenya, there is a man. Concerning Tanzania, there is a man. Concerning Africa, there is a man. A lot of things in this season will be challenged. Then and only then shall you know that God is the lifter of men. That's all I can say. Coming up from the army of the Philistines, and he spoke according to the same word. So David had them. Ask your neighbor, when do you plan to be David? When do you plan? Satan has been speaking in your family, and there is no one to hear. Everyone is afraid. God calls you to fight poverty. You are afraid because your father never fought it. Go. So David had them. Lastly, verse 24. And all the men of Israel, what did they do? When they saw, wait, do you remember the question? You are not getting it. What was the question? Is there not a man? Jehovah presented a man. God is looking for a man. If things will be right in this nation, or rather if things will be right in the world, it will take some men. That's why when Jesus came, the first thing he did, he called men. Today you are seated there listening to me because of men. Not just Jesus. The men that Jesus commissioned his ministry. There is a song you like singing. I apologize to God. I hope I remember that song. There's this new song that has come and has connected to an old song. Yeah. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. When I was a bit younger, like 26, I went to the histories and studied the song. I came to know that many people don't even know. There was a missionary that went to India. God is looking for a man. He had come from his nation and he traveled to India. He went there and stood and preached Jesus. And a family of children, mom and dad, had it. And they gave their lives to Jesus. When the chief of the town had it, because it was a taboo, you can imagine the culture, he came out and he brought them in front of the people, a parade. This is what you don't know. So listen, before you sing that song, do that song justice. Do the song justice to really know when God is looking for a man, what one man can do to a nation. Kenya just needs a man, not men. Forget political backgrounds. These things are nonsense. Kenya just needs a man. God did not say, where are the men? He just presented a man. Are you the one? And when he preached, they were called and they were told, deny Jesus or die. This, you know, when I was reading it, I used to read a lot, and I still do, but I used to read a lot when I had more time. This is what you don't know, many of you, and some maybe do. When he rejected, they brought the sons, the children, and they took arrow and pointed at their hearts and released it. And the father was watching. And the children were bleeding. And he was looking at them. And he says, deny Jesus! He says, no turning back. No turning back. I have decided to follow Jesus. Concerning Kenya, I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. He watched his children bleed and also deny Jesus. He looks at his children and says, see you on the other side. He turns to his wife and he said, deny Jesus. The arrow is released and his wife is hit and falls. And guess what he does? No turning back. My wife, see you on the other side. He looks at him now and he says, save yourself. Deny Jesus. That's where he stood, his own words. That missionary, that family that the missionary prayed for. That is where the song came from. That he started, and when he looked, and the only word he spoke, the only statement he looked at the chief spoke, he says, I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. They released so many arrows and he died. Now this is what will shock you. That's not the issue. You know what I like about the story? All the people that killed him, they went and sat and said, how can a man lose his children and his wife and lose himself? Who is Jesus? Guess what? The whole place became born again. A man. God is looking for a man. You don't know what it means to God when you are on ground for God. You don't know that. You don't know. You don't know what it means to God. The person that threw, the chief, the big guy, he accepted Jesus. Now, the question I want to ask you, it would take a heavy load of witness to bring salvation to a nation. That means it will be costly, and sometimes it might be bloody. But my blood will count. It will count. Whatever it takes for God to become Lord, it will. But many shall hear, and many will come to Jesus. That's all I can say. Jesus, Jesus, my love, I want to make you smile. I want to bless your heart. Jesus, Jesus, my love, I want to make you smile. I want to bless your heart. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, they fled from him. How long will your family run? Sister, how long will you run? Brother, how long will you run? Stand and fight. It can come down, but it must be made to come down. For God and for generations. They all fled from him. Verse 25. Something is coming. So when the men of Israel said, have you seen this man who has come up? Stop seeing the man. See the promises of God. Stop seeing what you're going through. See what God said. It will only matter if God said it. It doesn't matter anything else. Do you know, I read the scripture and I came to know how men are given nations. Your realm is too weak. Concerning Abraham, God told him, I will, as far as your eyes can see, I have given you. God did not consult with who was there. He said, I have given you. Kenya, as far as you are, you know, I laugh at politicians. One reached out yesterday and I said, listen, Jehovah gives Kenya to whoever Jehovah wants. And you will know that the Lord is God. You will know it. When you climb up there, there's nothing to fear. In fact, death is a blessing. Because they help you achieve your heart's desire quickly. The men of Israel said, you have come, you've seen this man. Surely he can come up to defy. Surely he has come up to defy. So what are we? There is a defiance on ground. That's what we are fighting for. We don't care about things. Someone has defied the name of the church. So now the church can no longer, people think that it's a defiance. And God registers it as, you don't know. You don't know how things look in the spirit realm. You don't know when God decides to fight. He doesn't need men. He just needs a man. I pray I would have said things plainly. And it shall be that the man who kills him. So look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, the problem can die. It can be, hey, what are you saying? That, yeah, my mom suffered, my grandmother suffered. I am not my mom. I am not my grandmother. I am not my father. My name is C.W. John. I come from a lineage of spirits. We serve a superior name, and his name is Jesus. That's the name we represent. Doesn't matter where we come from.
Welcome back from that video that you just watched. The man of God speaking is teacher JW John. That's C.W. John, and he's the son of Apostle Arome Osayi. He's the Bishop John that you see in the movie of Prophet Sodili. So in this particular place, he's a Kenyan man. He was talking about a lot of things concerning what the kind of sacrifice that men has paid in this life, the kind of life that people has passed through, the kind of things that's happened. And here he made mention of the trendy song concerning no turning back. And he was telling his congregation how the song was, erected, and how the song was brought into the society by people who gave their life to be martyred. And from there, the song was erected. He said he apologized for a lot of things. And I know you've just listened to that video, but I still know that you have something to say within you. So I want you to drop your comment in the comment section, and also subscribe to our channel. Click the notification button so you'll be notified whenever we have a video like this. Don't forget, we are Kingdom Update TV channel. Thank you and God bless you.
May the Lord give you understanding.